Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Magdanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Darati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Saganaragunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prisabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance and salute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada, Satsam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Bhaktajat Prabhu, Swami Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance and salute.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Chativatis, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Prabhupada, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Bhaktajat Prabhu, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Okay, today we're going to read the chapter 26, the Brahmana Sudama benedicted by Lord Krishna. Who will start? Bhaktajad or Vivek Prabhu or Aero
But
Prabhu?
at the present moment, there is one lady, she's asking 10,000 questions. What are the books on the online shop? I have to reply to her because she will buy a lot.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Well, what is the size? What is inside? What is the theme? What is the color? What is the illustration? Who is the author? And Prabhu. And now she says, oh, I'm working. I will reply this night.
Oh, really?
I have to reply and she's curious, but I have to now you buy, you know. But I have to tell her you are a very great soul. You are a great soul. Please buy now.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I wonder how she found the page.
Well, you know, I will tell you, she told me she saw the cover of the first French magazine.
Oh,
And
really?
she said, I am very curious. I don't know anything about it. So I said, oh, you know, there is a verse in the Gita, like four people, they come, curious, poor, they want wealth or absolute truth.
Yes,
You
Prabhu.
see, a book 5,000 years old speaks about you. And she was like, oh, wow. So I'm like, yeah, wow, you must buy it. You know, it's a sign from the universe, you know.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this is really nice that the magazines can sell books
Hare
also.
Bol.
So yeah, I'm cooking her food. Please read. I will listen while you have a date.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, well, what Vivek Prabhu is, he's appearing and disappearing. Oh no, he's back.
Hare Bol. Oh,
Oh, Prabhu, what happened? You appear and disappear all the time.
Network. No, bro, I don't know. Like some problem is there. I don't know why it was going. I mean, incoming. I didn't do anything, but they are showing like this.
I have another theory.
Oh,
Vivek Prabhu is avatar of Krishna. He appears from age to age. That's the thing.
bro.
Yes, bro.
No, bro. Hare Krishna, bro.
Okay, now the connection is good. Vivek Prabhu, you can start the chapter.
Yes, bro. I can. Yes. Last chapter, I was absent. Wednesday, I was absent to the session. What was the session, bro? Can you summarize some
Tomorrow,
4 points?
it was 2 days ago, I think, or not yesterday. We had the meeting of Lord Krishna with Sudam Brahmana.
No, bro, I was absent on Wednesday. Wednesday. No. Sorry, Thursday, Tuesday.
I
Tuesday.
think you were here when we read this, if I remember right.
No, bro, I was absent that day because
Okay.
of some issues. Like you know, some points, 4 points. Like I was not able to.
So what happened? Let me quickly see. The Brahmana, yeah, it is the Brahmana's wife told, because the Brahmana was poor and he had a wife,
Yes, bro.
and the wife told him, you need to go. You have a friend named Krishna. He's really great. You are really poor. We need something. The wife said, go ask from Krishna something so
Yes,
they
bro.
can eat properly. So he didn't want to ask anything from Krishna, but now he had an opportunity to go see Krishna, so he thought, okay, now because my wife sent me, now I will go see Krishna. So he went, asked what I can take to Krishna, because I need to present him something. Then the wife gave him chipped rice. And then he went to the city where Krishna is, and then they met. And Krishna, he took him he served him with everything. He sat him on his bed and he fed him. He did everything how you take a guest, and he did everything perfectly like that.
Ribo.
Yeah, it was
Okay, bro. Thank you so much.
Krishna
Yes,
showed how
bro.
Brahmanas are really important to him. And all the
Yes,
gopis, and they were also no the girls there, or I think it is queens. They were in wonder how Krishna took the Brahmana so nicely.
okay. Okay, bro. Thank you so much for your summarizing, bro.
Yes,
Please apologize me.
yes, bro. My memory is bad. I don't remember most, but I tried to something.
It was very nice, bro. Thank you so much. I can read now. I
Yes.
can continue next chapter. Bro. Thank you so much.
See, here it is said, the goddess of fortune Rukmini Devi personally began to fan him with the Chamara fan. So the Brahmana was fanned by Rukmini Devi also. Everyone was serving him. So everyone was in wonder. They were surprised to see how eager Lord Krishna was to welcome this particular Brahmana. Because he was not very clean and he was poorly dressed. Yeah, this was a really nice chapter.
I missed it. Thank you so much for your summarizing.
Okay, you can start.
Hare Krishna Paranjal Prabhu, please.
Oh, Hare Krishna Paranjal Prabhu. Andak Nam Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu. The Brahmana Sudama, benedicted by Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the super soul of all living entities, knows very well everyone's heart. He is specifically inclined to the Brahmana devotees. Lord Krishna is also called Brahmana yeah, Brahmaniya Deva, which means that he is worshipped by the Brahmanas. Therefore, it understood that a devotee who is fully surrendered unto the Supreme Person of Godhead has already acquired the position of a Brahmana. Without becoming a Brahmana, one cannot approach the Supreme Brahman, Lord Krishna. Krishna is especially specific, specifically concerned with vanquishing the distress of his devotees, and he is the only shelter of pure devotees. Lord Krishna was engaged for a long time in talking with Sudama Vipra about their pastime association. Then, just to enjoy the company of an old friend, Lord Krishna began to smile and asked, "My dear friend, what have you brought for me? Has your wife given you?" Mm, given where, bro? No, given you some nice eatable for me. Well, he was addressing his friends, addressing his friend. Lord Krishna was looking upon him and smiling with great love. He continued, "My dear friend, you must have brought some presentation for me from your home." Lord Krishna knew that Sudama was hesitating to present him the paltry cheaped rice, which was actually unfit for his eating, and understanding the mind of Sudama Vipra. The Lord said, "My dear friend, certainly I am not in need of anything, but if my devotees gives me something as an offering of love, even though it may be very insignificant, I accept it with great pleasure. On the other hand, if a person is not a devotee, even though he may offer me very valuable things, I do not like to accept them. I actually accept only things which are offered to me in devotion and love. Otherwise, however valuable the thing may be, I do not accept it. If my pure devotees offers me even the most insignificant things, a little flower, a little piece of leaf, a little water, but saturates the offering in devotion and love, then I not only gladly accept such an offering, but I eat it with great pleasure. So, Lord Krishna assured Sudama Vipra that he could be very glad to accept the cheap rice which he had bought from home. Yet, out of great shyness, Sudama Vipra hesitated to present it to the Lord. He was thinking, "How can I offer such insignificant things to Krishna?" And he simply bowed his head. Lord Krishna, the Super Soul, knows everything in everyone's heart. He knows everyone's determination and everyone's want. He knew, therefore, the reason for Sudama Vipra's coming to him. He knew that, driven by extreme poetry, he had come there at the request of his wife. Thinking of Sudama as his very dear class friend, he knew that Sudama's love for thought uh, through Sudama. Oh, sorry. Wait. He knew therefore the reason of Sudama Vipra's coming to him. He knew that driven by extreme poverty, he had come there at the request of his wife. Thinking of Sudama as his very dear close friend, he knew that Sudama's love for him as a friend was never tainted by any desire for material benefit. Krishna thought, "Sudama has not come asking anything from me, but being obliged by the request of his wife, he has come to see me just to please her." Lord Krishna therefore decided that he would give more material opulence to Sudama Vipra than could be imagined even by the king of heaven. Oh. He then sanctioned the bundle of chipped rice which was hanging on the shoulder of the poor Brahmana, packed in one corner of his warper, and said, "What is this, my dear friend? You have bought me nice, palatable chipped rice." He encouraged Sudama Vipra, saying, "I consider the quantity of chipped rice will not only satisfy me, but will satisfy the whole creation." It is understood from this statement that Krishna, being the original source of everything, he is the root of the entire creation. As entire creation, as watering the root of a tree immediately distributes water to every part of the tree. So an offering made to Krishna or any action done for Krishna is to be considered the highest welfare work for everyone, because the benefit of such an offering is distributed throughout the creation. Love for Krishna becomes disturbed to all living entities. Well, Lord Krishna was speaking to Sudama Vipra. He ate one more morsel of chipwood rice from his bundle. And when he attempted to eat a second morsel, Rukmini Devi, who is the goddess of fortune herself, chucked the Lord by catching hold of his hand. After touching the hand of Krishna, Rukmini said, "My dear Lord, this is one morsel of chipwood rice is sufficient to cause him who offered to for, sufficient to cause him who offered it to become very opulent in this life and to continue his opulence in the next life. My dear, I'm sorry, my Lord, you are so kind to your devotees that even this one morsel of chipwood rice pleases you very greatly, and your pleasure assures the devotee appliances both in this life and in the next. This indicates that when food is offered to Lord Krishna with love and devotion, and he is pleased and accepts it from the devotee. Rukmini Devi, the goddess of fortune, becomes so greatly obliged to the devotee that she has to personally go to the devotee's home to turn it into the most opulent home in the world. If one feeds Narayana uh, symptomatically, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, automatically becomes his guest in one's house, which means that one's home becomes opulent. The learned Brahmana Sudama passed the night at the house of Lord Krishna, and while he was there, he felt as if he were living in the Vaikuntha planet. Actually, he was living in Vaikuntha because wherever Lord Krishna, the original Narayana, and Rukmini, the goddess of fortune, live is not different from the spiritual planet Vaikuntha Loka. The learned Brahmana Sudama did not appear to have received anything substantially from Lord Krishna while he was at his place, and yet he did not ask anything from the Lord. The next morning, he started from his home, thinking always about his reception by Krishna, and those he became merged in transcendental bliss. All the way home, he was simply remembering the dealings of Lord Krishna, and he was feeling very happy to have seen the Lord. The Brahmana began to think as follows: it is most pleasurable, pleasurable to see Lord Krishna, who is most devoted to the Brahmanas, how great a lover he is of the Brahminical culture. He is the supreme Brahman himself, yet he reciprocates with the Brahmanas. He also respects the Brahmanas so much that he embraced to his chest a few his chest a poor Brahmana like me. Although he never embraced anyone to his just expect the goddess of fortune. How can there be any comparison between me, a poor, a sinful Brahmana, and the supreme Lord Krishna, who is the only shelter of the goddess of fortune? And yet, considering me as a Brahmana, he embraced me with heartfelt pleasure in his two transcendental arms. Lord Krishna was so kind to me that he allowed me to sit down on the same bedstead where the goddess of fortune lies down. He considered me to be his real brother. How can I appreciate my obligation to him? When I was tried, Rukmini Devi, the goddess of fortune, began to fan me, holding the chamara whisk in her own hand. She never considered her exalted position as the first queen of Lord Krishna. I was rendered service by the Supreme Personality of Godhead because of his high regard for the Brahmanas, and by massaging my legs and feeding me with his own hand. He practically worshipped me, aspiring for elevation to the heavenly planets or liberation or all kinds of material appearances or perfection in the mystic yoga powers. Everyone throughout the universe worships the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Yet the Lord was so kind to me that he did not give me even a farthing, 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 like, knowing very well that I am a poverty-stricken man who, if I got some money, might become puffed up and made mad after material opulence and so forget him. Hmm. The statement of the Brahmana Sudama is correct. An ordinary man who is very poor and prays to the Lord for benediction in material opulences and who some or other becomes rich in material opulence immediately forgets his obligations to the Lord. Therefore, the Lord does not offer opulences to his devotee unless the devotee is truly disputed. Rather, if a neophyte devotee serves the Lord very nicely and at the same time wants the material obtains, the Lord keeps him from obtaining it. Thinking in this way, the learned Brahmana gradually reached his own home. But on reaching there he saw that everything was wonderfully changed. He saw that in place of his cottage, there were big palaces and of valuable stones and jewels, glittering like the sun, moon, and rays of fire. Not only were there big palaces, but at intervals there were beautifully decorated parks in which many beautiful men and women were strolling. In those parks, there were nice lakes full of lotus flowers and beautiful lilies, and there were flocks of multicolored birds. Um, Multicolored birds. Seeing the wonderful conversion of his native place, the Brahmana began to think to himself, how am I seeing all these changes? Does this place belong to me or to someone else? If it is the same place where I used to live, then how has it so wonderfully changed? The learned Rama was considering this. A group of beautiful men and women were with features resembling those of the demigods, accompanied by musical chanters, approached to welcome him. All were singing auspicious songs. The wife of the Brahmana became very glad on hearing the tidings of her husband's arrival, and with great haste she also came out of the palace. The Brahmana's wife appeared so beautifully that it seemed as if the goddess of fortune herself had come to receive him. As soon as she was her husband present before her, tears of joy began to fall from her eyes, and her voice became so choked up that she could not even address her husband. She simply closed her eyes in ecstasy, but with great love and affection, she bowed down before her before her husband, and within herself she thought of embracing him. She was fully decorated with a gold necklace and ornaments, and while standing among the maidservants, she appeared like a wife of demigod just alighting from an airplane. The Brahmana was surprised to see his wife so beautiful and in great affection, and without saying a word, he entered the palace with his wife. When the Brahmana entered his personal apartment in the palace, he saw that it was not an apartment but the residence of the king of heaven. The palace was surrounded by many columns of jewels. The conch and conch, and the bedsteads were made of ivory, bedecked with gold and jewels, and the bedding was bedding was as white as the form of milk and as soft as a lotus flower. There were many whisks hanging from golden rods and many golden thrones with sitting cushions as soft as the lotus flower. In various places, there were velvet and silken con, co, con, sorry, conopines, conopines, coupons with a lace of frills hanging all around. The structure of the building was standing on first class transparent marble with engravings made of uh, embra- emerald sorry embedded stones. All the women in the palace were carrying lamps made of valuable jewels. The flames and the jewels combined to produce a brilliant light. When the Brahmana saw his position suddenly changed to one of opulence, and when he could not determine the cause for such a sudden change, he began to consider very gravely how it had happened. He thus began to think, from the beginning of my life, I have been extremely pro- poverty stricken. So, what could be the cause of such great and sudden opulence? I do not find any cause other than the all merciful glance of my friend Lord Krishna in the chief of the Yadu dynasty. Certainly, these are the gifts of Lord Krishna's was his mercy. The Lord, his self sufficient, the husband of the goddess of fortune, and those he is always full with six opulences. He can understand the mind of his devotee, and he symptomsly fulfills the devotee's desires. All these are acts of my friend Lord Krishna, my beautiful dark friend. Krishna is far more liberal than the cloud which can fill up the great ocean with water without disturbing the cultivator with rain during the day. The cloud brings liberal rain at night just to satisfy him. And yet, when the cultivator wakes up in the morning, he considers that it has not rained not rained enough. Similarly, thus Lord fulfills the desires of everyone according to his position, and yet one who is mm, no, one it it where is it? Position. Okay. Yet one who is not all the uh, in considers it a great and simply offered bowls of food rice, and in exchange he has given me opulences greater than the opulence of the King of Heaven. What the devotee actually offers to the Lord is not needed by the Lord. He is self-sufficient. If the devotee offers something to the Lord, it acts for his own interest, because whatever a devotee offers to the Lord comes back in a quantity a million times greater than what was offered. One does not become a loser by giving to the Lord, but he becomes a gainer by millions of times. The Brahmana, feeling great obligations to Krishna, thought, I pray to have the friendship of Lord Krishna and to engage in his service and to surrender fully unto him in love and affection, life after life. I do not want any opulence. I only desire not to forget his service. I simply wish to be associated with his pure devotees. May my mind and activities be always engaged in his service. The unborn Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, knows that many great personalities have fallen from their positions because of extravagant opulence. Therefore, even when his devotees ask for some opulence from him, the Lord sometimes does not give it. He is very cautious about his devotees, because a devotee in an immature position of devotion service may, if offered great opulence, fall from his position due to being in the material world. The Lord does not offer opulence to him. This is another uh, man, manis- manifestation of the causeless mercy of the Lord upon his devotee. His first interest is that the devotee may not fall. He is exactly like a well-wishing father who does not give much wealth into the hand of his immature son, but uh, who, when the son is grown up and knows how to spend money, gives him the whole treasury house. The learned Brahmana thus concluded that whatever opulence he had received from the Lord should not be used for his extravagant sense gratification, but for the service of the Lord. The Brahmana accepted his newly acquired opulence, but he did so in a spirit of renunciation, unattached to sense gratification, and those he lived very peacefully with his wife, enjoying all the facilities of opulence as prasadam of the Lord. He enjoyed varieties of foodstuffs by offering it to the Lord and then taking it as prasadam. Similarly, if by the grace of the Lord we get such opulences as material wealth, fame, power, education, beauty, it is our duty to consider that they are all gifts of the Lord and must be used for his service, not for our sense enjoyment. The learned Brahmana remained in that position, and instead of deteriorating due to great opulence, his love and affection for Lord Krishna increased day after day. Day after day. Material opulence can be the cause of de- degradation, and also the cause of elevation, according to the purpose of for which it is used. If opulence is used for sense satisfaction, it is the cause of degradation, and if it is used for the service of the Lord, it is the cause of elevation. It is evident from Lord Krishna's dealings with Sudama Vipra that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleased with a person who is possessed of Brahminical qualities. A qualified Brahmana like Sudama Vipra is naturally a devotee of Lord Krishna. Therefore, it is said Brahmano Vaishnava. A Brahmana is a Vaishnava, or sometimes it is said Brahmana Pandita. Means a highly learned person. A Brahmana cannot be foolish or uneducated. Therefore, there are two division of Brahmanas, namely Vaishnavas and Panditas. Those who are simply learned are Panditas, but not yet devotees of the Lord, or Vaishnavas. Lord Krishna is not especially pleased with them. Simply the qualification of being a learned Brahmana is not sufficient to attract the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A Brahmana must not only be well qualified according to the requirements stated in scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, but at the same time he must be a devotee of Lord Krishna. And the vivid example is Sudama Vipra. He was a qualified Brahmana, unattached to all sorts of material essence enjoyment, and at the same time he a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, the enjoyer of all sacrifices and penances. He is very fond of a Brahmana like Sudama Vipra, and we have seen by the actual behavior of Lord Krishna how much he adores such a Brahmana. Therefore, the ideal stage of human perfection is to become a Brahmana Vaishnava like Sudama Vipra. Sudama Vipra realized that although Lord Krishna is uncomparable, he nevertheless agrees to be conquered by his devotees. He realized how kind Lord Krishna was to him, and he was always in trance, constantly thinking of Krishna. By such constant association with Krishna, Lord Krishna, whatever darkness of material contamination was remaining within his heart was completely cleared away, and very shortly he was transferred to the spiritual kingdom, which is the goal of all saintly persons in the spiritual perfectional stage of life. Sukadev Goswami has stated that all persons who hear this history of Sudama Vipra and Lord Krishna will know how affectionate Lord Krishna is to the Brahmana devotees like Sudama. Therefore, anyone who hears this gradually becomes as qualified as Sudama Vipra, and he is those transferred to the spiritual kingdom of Lord Krishna. Those ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of second volume, 26th chapter of Krishna, thus Brahmana Sudama benedicted by Lord Krishna. Haribo.
Haribo. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Haribo. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay, tomorrow we read the chapter 27. Now let's read six Astakam prayers. Cheto darpanamarjanam pavamaha davagninirvapanam Shreyah Kairavachandrika Vitaranam Mityavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamritasvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नामकारि बहुधानि च सर्वशक्तिर्तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालाय तादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशं मयि जनिननुग्रह
Trinadapi Sunichana Taro Api Saheshnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari.
Hare Krishna Mahabharat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mahabharata.
Hare Krishna Haribo Prabhu.
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu's please accept my
Now
humble
this is in fact
obeisance to Prabhupada.
Haribo.
Maharaj ki jai.
Prabhu is very nice name. Jai.
Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh no, I thought you were saying something.
No. Nice name, huh?
Mahabharat.
It's true. नदनं न जनं न सन्धिरें कवितां वा जगदीशकमये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भगवद्भक्तिरे
Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam budo kripaya tvavapada pankaja stita duli sadrishim vichintaya.
Nanam Galadashrudaraya Vatanam Gatkada Rudaya Gira Pulakarnichitam Vapuh Kada Tavanama Grihane Bhavishyati.
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्राग्वैशायितं न्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्दं विरहेण मे
Asisleva padaratam pinastumam adarshanam marmam hatam karotuva yata tata va vidatulan pato matprananatastu sa eva narpanaha.
Haribo, Sri Siksastakam Ki Jai. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Oh my Lord, your holy name Oh, your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh, my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
People,
Is it me?
yes, anyone can read.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. Where is Ero Prabhu? Ero Prabhu.
O son of Maharajananda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Haribol!
Oh, people,
Go.
very
Hey
nice.
Prabhu, were you laughing or is it me?
Prabhu?
Huh?
I was saying Ero Prabhu, was he laughing?
Hmm.
Oh my.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, he can go.
Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. Haribo. Shri Krishna Krishna. Aren't we done?
No, Prabhu.
Oh, 8. I forgot 8. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally.
People,
Haribo.
360 ki jai.
Oh, Jai.
Die. It's like I wait for that moment just to say Haribo. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord, to consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, to be equal to or independent of the names of the Lord Vishnu, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master, thinking him as an ordinary person, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version, to consider, am I right there? To consider the names of the Lord as imagination. Oh, forgot that one. The glories of Chanti. And then 6 is to give some interpretation of the holy name. 7 to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Yeah, you can finish all the 3.
Nose.
No, one. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna to be an auspicious ritualistic activities which is offered in the Vedas as productive activities, karma kanda.
People,
Bo.
to instruct the faith
Haribu.
about the glories of the holy name.
Haribu. Mahabharat Prabhu just joined. Haribu.
Oh, Dr. Zed Prabhu.
Prabhu, please accept
Go.
humble obedience. All
Sorry,
glories to Srila Prabhupada.
please accept my obedience in the Prabhupada.
Maharaj Ki Jai.
Prabhu, don't insult me, Prabhu. This is in Bhagavatam. Don't insult like that.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Don't insult by saying Maharaj, Prabhu.
Oh.
It is
Yes,
stated
so
that
last one is to
Physically.
no, please conclude. Do not have complete faith on the holy name of the Lord. Yeah, complete faith on the Lord. Increasing the material attachment even after understanding so many instruction on this matter. Inattentive chanting is also an offense.
Haribo. Yes, that's right.
Every devotee you means to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema Haribo.
Haribo. Ancha kartu.
Haribol Smai enter.
पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Oh, Vaishnavi. Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha.
Pranjal Prabhu is doing.
Pranjal Prabhu, we must go hack the government with you.
Pranjal Prabhu is changing names. Milk, Samosa, Brinjal.
And Milk Prabhu, Milk bro. He was Milk bro. Bhaktajat Prabhu, where are you?
Prabhu, I'm struggling
Prabhu.
with someone online. The battle is still going on, my dear Samuni and Vivek Prabhu.
Oh.
What happened now?
Prabhu, she said I am thinking. So it doesn't smell good, we can say. When people they say like that, generally they don't take.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh.
She's
Prabhu, be careful. There is a great offender. He's called Smay Prabhu. He speaks like you, but his name is different. Be careful.
Yes, Prabhu. We need to kick.
Hey. Bhaktajat Prabhu. Where is the woman Bhaktajat? I don't know what's his name. Bhakta Jaden. I miss Bhakta Jaden.
Actually, I think we stopped the meeting on Saturday with the Shloka learning group. That was nice, but it stopped somehow other.
Yeah, I think it's because of the book distribution, Prabhu. The competition and the challenges.
Yes, maybe it's like that. Maybe we
Yeah,
could
but then
we could still
sorry,
do.
Prabhu.
Maybe we could continue. It was very nice, and I think we became more friendly more because of such meetings, you know.
Yes, Prabhu.
And we also stopped the challenge, Prabhu. You remember the 20 rounds chanting and reading more Srila Prabhupada books?
Well, I was not there when it was mentioned the 20 rounds because I would remember and I would not have participated.
Oh, actually, it's not 20 rounds. It's just a challenge. Let's like chanting the most. It's not actually 20 rounds.
Yeah, it would be nice, I
Yeah.
guess, but because at the present moment we only have the reading session to meet, and basically we stop the reading and we do other things, which is not very, it's nice, but it's better we focus on reading. But it would be nice to have something, you know, like we discuss,
Yes,
we have
Prabhu.
challenges like that.
Jnani Prabhu used to have these sessions.
Yes, Prabhu. And I finished Mahabharat, Prabhu. Now I can read more. Hey.
Now you
Prabhu, wow.
now you
What?
graduated from Mahabharat University.
You see, Prabhu, when you said it's Raskeldom after the war, I saw Duryodhan and Karna appearing again. I was like, you see now.
Yes, Prabhu. I was like, I hope you didn't watch this, Prabhu, but it's okay. You stopped at the right point. But I would
Yes,
say
Prabhu.
this morning I was listening class from Srila Prabhupada on the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He only speaks about Mahabharata. So it was just the whole story, politics like that. It was very nice. But
Yes,
I know
Prabhu.
what you feel, Prabhu. My life, it was empty after I finished this series. I will tell you the fun.
Yes, Prabhu. And I even stopped when I see that Lord Krishna has now changed. They took Lord Balaram and
Yes,
then made him
Prabhu.
Lord Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. This is the shame.
Oh,
This
what they
is
did?
shame. They took off the
They,
actor of Krishna and they put a random guy instead in the
Oh,
middle of the series.
what is this?
so it's no longer fun.
Yes, Prabhu. That's
Yo,
weird.
but Prabhu, I salute Bhishma. Hey, Lord Bhishma. I don't know if it's Lord Grandfather Bhishma. I salute his death.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
Yo, and Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was cheated.
Yes, Prabhu.
I felt like crying there. I was like, look at Arjuna. He was distracted there. And Lord Krishna knew that was going to happen.
Actually,
He just kept quiet.
Sami Prabhu, if you type art and then MA and then you write Mahabharata, there you will find the best paintings from yes, exactly, Art Mahabharata. And then you will see the best paintings ever made on Mahabharata. It is a devotee of Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. You will see there is Abhimanyu's death, there is Bhishma death. They are very famous, but sometimes we are not aware of them. Well, I
And
hope
Prabhu, I don't know, Karna, I don't know. He's hard-headed, man. He should have just joined the Pandavas because it's the oldest brother.
Mm.
I wish he joined them because
I
he's very
think
powerful, actually.
I think it is, you see, this is a Pandavas here, but I think there is a place where you can see all the painting at once. Maybe art and collection, Prabhu. No. You see the art and collection, Prabhu? And then you select Mahabharat from this, I guess. Yes, Mahabharat.
But you know what I like about it, Prabhu? It gives you that essence of what is the meaning of Dharma, like religion, how to
Yes.
behave, how to respect your elderly.
Will you next watch Ramayan or what will happen?
But the director, he made a series on Ramayan, but there is no English subtitles. It's not the same. So the
Oh,
painting on the left is very famous one, the Parthasarthi. It's very nice, very nice.
And you know, Bhaktajat Prabhu, what's annoying? When Lord Krishna appeared in Mahabharata, like on that episode, there's no English subtitles. I don't know if it's
Oh,
Sanskrit or Bengal.
sometimes, yes, bro.
I just saw Lord Krishna, like I think he just appeared out of nowhere because I did not watch the episode because I could not hear anything.
Yes, there is only one episode like that, bro.
Yes.
So if you like Mahabharata, these paintings are very, very nice, bro.
Hmm. And then I saw it's like it takes 2 episodes where Lord Krishna is, I think, is chanting the slokas of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Asochan natwam evam jatuna sam. I was like, wow, it's actually the right scriptures.
Oh, this one is Virat wrote when he showed his universal form to Dhritarashtra before Bhagavad Gita.
Oh yes, I saw it but then he could not see. Like I think who was this Duryodhan? There was a time before when war was about to take place, when he showed himself, the others could not see. But I think Lord Bhishma and
Yes, bro.
Drona Acharya, they could see. Maybe because they're not sinful.
And actually, it is stated
Shakuni
that
could not see too.
it was a small universal form. It was not the full one. It was
Yeah.
a sample
And
universal.
Arjuna saw the big one, Prabhu, where Lord Shiva and I think
Yes.
Lord Brahma appeared.
Yes, Prabhu.
Now I'm studying 1.3, I think it's 1.30 Srimad Bhagavatam, 1.30, like that chapter. Because it's about how the creation started, Mahavishnu.
Oh, yes, Purusharavatam
Yes.
is very nice, very nice.
Yes, but yeah, Prabhu, but then how do you pronounce those? They always kill me. I try to pronounce it like 20 times, but still, I don't know if it's Karana Dokshai
Yes, Prabhu.
and Garbo Dokshai, something like that,
Yes,
and
Prabhu.
and then there's this third one, Krisho Darakshai, something like that. Hey,
Shiro Dakashi. Shiro.
oh, Hiro Dokashai. And
Yes,
now I understood that, oh, they come, the universes come from the palms of Karana Dokshai.
yes, Prabhu.
And then Garba Dokshai is the, I don't know if it's an expansion that goes in all of those universes.
Yes, Prabhu. It's like
And then he's the one who created Brahman. Eh?
Yes, Prabhu.
I was saying Garba Dokshai, is he the one who created Lord Brahma?
Yeah, from his navel comes from Lord Brahma. You are right, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu, from the lotus.
Navel.
Last time I remember Prahlad Prabhu was helping me with that one. I could not hear anything. I'm only hearing it today. I was like, wow.
Yes, Prabhu.
I could not hear a thing before.
Like it is stated that in the beginning, instead of meditating on Radha and Krishna, we should meditate on the Purushavata. It is the same level, and for us, it is even better in the beginning.
Can you
To
please repeat,
meditate
Prabhu?
in such. Yes, Prabhu.
I was saying, can you please repeat that part?
Oh, it is stated that it is better to meditate on the Purushavata than to meditate on the big Lila with the gopis. In the
Oh,
beginning, it is the same level, it is absolute. But for us, in the beginning, it is better. Yes, to
okay, Prabhu.
meditate on them. It will be in the purport of the third chapter you will read, Prabhu. And
Oh, yes, yes.
Prabhupada, he would say many times, the universes are just like bubbles, and they
Oh,
stay like that, and they disappear and
okay.
create and disappear. It is
Prabhu,
very nice
can
meditation.
I ask you, don't you know of any series like that explains about the spiritual masters? Because I remember Haridas Thakur Prabhu had one that explains his life, but it's in India, but it has English subtitles. Don't you know of any that explains the Panchatattva? Like, I think it's Gauraki Sora Das Prabhu, and then Bhaktisiddhanta, like in the same disciplinic succession. How they
Well, Prabhu,
came to this
there is one
earth, how
series, it is called Abai.
Sorry?
There is one series which is called Abai. It was produced by Bhakti Shah Swami in the 80s. I would
Swami
say
Semi Prabhu.
Mhm.
Where is Semi? I was asking him to search it
Yes, Prabhu. Which one?
so that I can just screenshot.
I don't know if it's on YouTube, Prabhu.
But then can you spell it in the chat box so that I can copy it?
Just like Abai, the name of Prabhupada. Abe.
Oh, Abe Chanara or something like
It is
Abe.
called like
Abe.
that, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, I have to leave now. Thank you so much for your association.
So much back, Prabhu, for us.
Prabhu.
Prabhu, Ranjal Prabhu, Yaro Prabhu. Thank you so much for your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mahabharat Prabhu ki jai.
Jai. Hari Bol.
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
There's a video from Subal Prabhu. He cut some heads in this video. It's very nicely done.
Isn't it today's video, Prabhu, like about rape?
Yes, Prabhu. And actually, Sami Prabhu, he said it right. Whenever a rascal comes, you just copy paste this link. Finish.
Oh, I watched half of it and it was nice, Prabhu. Hey?
Yeah, I've seen devotees being disturbed with this false issue, which is created by rascal atheists. Like when you type Prabhupada on YouTube, without your history, it is one of the first results. Prabhupada say women like rape. It has like 2,100 views, little less than that.
Yes, Prabhu.
People have very bad image of Prabhupada just because of this rascal number one. So this video, it destroys everything. It is very nice.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Haribol, Vivek Prabhu, Haribol.
Oh, thank you so much, bro. Very cheerful part.
So, Bhaktajat Prabhu, you saying where can I find a bay?
I don't know,
If it's not
Prabhu. I've watched it on DVD in the house of there is an H, Prabhu, after the B.
Oh, a bay, ABHY, something like that.
But I think it's like a random name in India. Maybe you can write Siri and then Prabhupada, something like that.
Because I
Maybe
feel like, Prabhu, when you watch the series and then you read a book, you can dwell with the story. You can have imagination inside here. Oh, this is
I
that part.
think this is the one with maybe it is the one with 55 episodes. I think there are episodes. English, the second one. Probably it is the second one. The second one,
Which
probably.
one?
See? English, yes. It must be that, I guess.
Semi Prabhu, I
Yes,
failed to take a
English.
screenshot.
And you see
Okay,
it is
but I'll
done
do
by
it again.
Bhakti Saraswami. Well, it is
Mhm.
faithful, but there is some shortcuts.
Oh, yes.
It is on Prabhupada from his birth to his childhood. And there are also Bhaktivinoda Thakur Lila also with the Rascal Yogi. It is very nice. There is Bhakti Siddhanta, there is Gorakishore Das Babaji. It is very faithful, Prabhu. So if you want to watch another series on Prabhupada, you can watch this one.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Now I'm going to become what do you call this? Like when we say you are the first stage, I get I think it's Utama Adhikari. Hana, what do you call it? The first class.
Kanista, and then you are Madhya Madhikari. So now you are
Oh,
Madhya Prabhu. You
sorry,
see,
Prabhu.
you are Madhya Madhikari when you watch this series, Prabhu.
No, I'm going above that. Hana, what is it Utama? But then we cannot reach there, hey? Right? In this age.
Of everyone can, Prabhu. It depends on us. Not that there
Yeah,
is no
but then
such thing. Yes, Prabhu.
okay. I thought like it depends because they say I remember Prabhu said there are no longer people to give sannyas now.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, it is step by step. But we don't find the Uttamadhikari behind every bush, Prabhu, you know. Prabhupada is said
Yes,
like
yes.
that.
And Prabhu Mahabharat, when I have time, I'm gonna watch one episode per day because there are some people that I recollect now that I did not recollect in the first starting episodes. Now I see, oh, this one was that one. Just like Karna. Karna, I remember he was in the river. I don't know if it's the Ganga or is it Yamuna River.
Oh God, I forgot. Prabhu.
When he was, I get it, like it's like Kunti. Kunti threw him in a basket and let him slide with the river, flow with the river. So now I could not recollect that it was Karna. I only remembered when they showed the previous slide. Oh, it's actually him.
Yes, Prabhu. Like
Yeah,
you
but
see,
then Prabhu Duryodhan will agitate you. They will agitate you. Especially there was a point where he wanted to arrest Lord Krishna. I was like, look at this.
Prabhu, you see the screen from Sami Prabhu cooking with kurma. Very soon we
Oh
will
yeah.
have cooking with Sami. Very
Yeah.
soon.
And I always tell Semi Prabhu, start cooking.
Will I feel like this? I will walk in the market like that. That would be so funny.
Cooking with Sami. I can just see this video being real.
Cooking with Semi. And Prabhu, you must start with pizza. And
I
then you
will
go for
steal
the
this.
roti.
I will steal this music for my first cooking video.
I cannot hear any music.
Yeah, I'm not hearing also.
Oh.
Oh, this is
Purta.
Vivaldi.
Did he read Bhagavad Gita also?
Prabhu, Beethoven, he read Bhagavad Gita, and in his personal notes, he wrote some verses from the Gita. This is a fact.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can find the handwritten notes from Beethoven. Yes, Prabhu.
gourmet vegetarian cooking video encyclopedia.
Hello, I'm Semi.
Dals are thick, hearty soups.
One verse. We knew he read it, and he wrote one verse in his notebook.
They combine beautifully with grains, seeds, nuts, and dairy products.
Prabhu, can I ask you, Bhaktajat Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu?
how do you manage to study the scriptures actually, like to remember the slokas, like in the Sanskrit and the English?
How we study the scriptures, Prabhu?
Like, yeah, how do you manage like studying them, you know?
Prabhu, you have 2 hours? So we explain that, Prabhu?
Sorry, Prabhu.
Do you have 2 hours, Prabhu, so I can explain?
No, not 2 hours, Prabhu. Like summarize. At least we must make time and have a what do you call it, Zoom session for discussion.
No, Prabhu, I would say it is up to anyone. Like, just read Prabhupada books every day. This is instruction from Prabhupada. Not that we skip one day. This is not good.
Yes,
then,
yes, Prabhu.
You know, when you always have your mind on something, on subject, then you come to remember, because we are supposed to think about what we read, not that we just read and then we forget. When you just absorb your mind in what you read and hear from Prabhupada mostly. Sometimes we hear everyone but Prabhupada. This is not good. So when you develop your taste, like you read every day and you start your realization and you share with the devotees and you hear the devotees, then automatically you remember Prabhu. It is not like I speak for my case, it is not like I spend 10 hours trying to remember.
Oh,
and
yes, yes.
That when I repeat whatever I have read or heard the same day, then it lasts forever. But if I don't repeat, then it disappears.
Oh, yes,
so I
yes,
strongly suggest, even you speak to the walls. That was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said that to Prabhupada. If there is no one to hear you, you preach to the walls. At least they will listen. So my suggestion, Prabhu, whatever you read, whatever you hear, you repeat out loud with your mouth. And Prabhupada explained, to explain, to repeat, it is even better than reading. Because when you hear, you remember more better, Prabhu. Because just reading, you can read so many things and then it vanquishes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like when I was doing my lectures to people, I would just repeat what I read or heard the same day, and it worked nicely. And all the details now, they are here. I will never forget.
Oh, yes,
and sometimes when I read the Krishna book with the devotee, I'm like, oh, I missed that. Why? Because I didn't repeat.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu.
That is my suggestion. But because I hear from the Sami Prabhu or Vivek Prabhu, and even in my mind, I remember with their voice. I remember the quotes with Sami's voice or Vivek's voice, and then I remember nicely.
Oh, so meaning repeat it. Actually, it's like, even if you preach to others, no? Can I preach to but then I'm not allowed to preach to people who are not in Krishna.
No,
Krishna
Prabhu, no, it's not like that. You preach to everyone. It is not that, but you don't preach the glories of holy name. This is two different things. It is not forbidden to ask someone to get a book or to speak about the difference between the body and the soul. This you have to do. It is your duty, actually. But you don't go in higher topics, like the holy name is not different from Radha and Krishna. This is not good. People, by chanting, you will get your Swarup Siddhi. What will people understand? They have pig stool in the stomach. What they will understand about Swarup Siddhi? So Prabhu, it is not forbidden to preach. It is forbidden not to preach. You see, you have to preach, Prabhu. But
now I understand.
Don't go in high topics. There is one lecture Prabhupada said, 9th offense is to preach about the grace of holy name, but somehow or other, you can convince someone to get a book.
Yes, Prabhu.
You see all the photos. Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, like I have this friend. He joined just once. I think Semi Prabhu remembers him. Zero Prabhu. He's asking a lot of questions now, and I'm telling him that I'm not qualified. And at the same time, he's afraid of introducing himself. He's already in the Vaishnava Sangha group, but then he's actually scared. So he's asking a lot of questions, like, because last time he was asking me about Lord Vishnu and Krishna. He wanted to understand actually who's who there. He even thought that Lord Krishna is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. You see, and then I had to correct him. No.
What's his name?
No
Prabhu?
one is about Zero. You remember him?
Okay.
Zero.
What's the other person's name?
It's Tuso. There's Zero and Tuso. There's the other
The
one.
others?
Sorry?
Is there others?
Isn't it the? Are you talking about the Nigerian one?
What is his name? Because there was someone in the, I think, Istagosti that I wasn't sure if I knew his name, but his name was like African name. So I was thinking this
Yeah,
is
that's him. That's him from Nigeria. I see him. But then that one, our Baja Hari Das Prabhu gave me his contacts to cultivate him. So he's like, when I tell him, okay, chant, like I was asking him, okay, do you chant? You know, he was like, okay, not consistently, like, let's say, he does not have a certain rounds, like I'm doing 4 every day or I'm doing 3. He actually does based on the feeling, you see. So I was asking him, okay, do you eat meat? You know, he was like, in Africa, we are very poor, you know. I was like, no, I already understand the state of Africa, you know. Because I was telling him, if you're that poor, you could stop the 4 principles and go live in the temple, like respect the 4 principles and go live in the temple. And he was like, he was chased from an ISKCON temple, because I know in Africa we don't have ISKM. He said someone after 3 days asked him. So I don't know if he's lying or what, but then he said after 3 days they asked him when is he going back home, things like that. And he was, I don't know if he was trying to be full time or what.
also they sent him home from the temple.
Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu. And he does not. Sorry, Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu. I'm just trying to listen to you, and at the same time, I'm seeing some lentils being cooked. So I'm trying to to focus on
Oh,
the.
multitask.
I started to learn this cooking, what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Sunny Prabhu, is he listening or watching? I'm wondering also, Prabhu.
I'm just watching.
Oh,
This look like Tamal Krishna's brother.
yeah, hey? He looks like Tamal.
This is his big brother.
Tell me, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
That's why I sent you his number.
Yes, Prabhu, I need to message him.
Are you alive? This is a message. Are you alive?
Yes, Prabhu. What was his name?
Every time. So he looks like a potential, you know, like someone who can consistently do something, you know. Like I see, he can read, he can read, he can, you know.
Does
It's
he
just
have-
that I know.
Yeah, his name is Lucky Igwe.
Yeah, Lucky. Yeah, it's Lucky. I remember him now, Igwe. And what I know about Igwe means like a king, something like someone with higher status. Igwe, you know.
Is Richie.
Like in Nigeria, when they see you, they do that. Igwe.
It's too funny. I want to see Africa also like this.
Trust me, you don't want to see Africa, Prabhu.
Africa,
I want to see.
they speak everything in funny accent.
Yeah, that they do. But then, you know, to us, it's not funny. We hear, like, okay, other people speak funny. You see, like, let's say French. If they speak French, I'm like, what is this? You know?
Yes,
But
Prabhu.
then the French guys will be like, what is this? What's happening with the Africans? It's because of the accent, you know?
Yes,
It's
Prabhu.
very different.
Oh, this kurma is making a mess. See?
Yes, Prabhu, he's putting fire inside the spoon. I was like, did he put fire in this spoon?
Yo,
It seems to be on purpose. That's the worst thing, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Then
This
you,
is wild.
if you hear, he will say, then you put fire to the plate. We smile, you know.
Semi Prabhu, don't forget the roti.
Asvatita.
Oh,
I
yes,
just want
Prabhu. Yeah.
I just want to hear his explanation about the fire.
So,
What did you say?
Semi Prabhu,
Fenugreek,
last question.
asfatita.
Yes, Prabhu.
I just want to ask you the last
Let's add it to
question
the soup.
about
Add the
about
fire to the soup.
That's a
That's
really
it.
fiery one.
Put
That
fire
adds
as
that
the ingredient.
hearty, fiery flavor to the dal.
It adds hearty, fiery flavor, Prabhu. I never do this. You can put fire to the. That's
Wow.
subtle. That's almost like subtle uh, spice. That's amazing.
It often sets fire to the
Prabhu.
kitchen curtains and some of the accessories, but that's part of the fun.
Yes, Ibn Prabhu.
Yes,
And I
Prabhu.
just wanted to ask Semi Prabhu about the pizza ingredients that you've given me. The I know how do you pronounce it? Deciliter. Is it deciliter or what? Deciliter.
Yes, Prabhu.
I just wanna if you say half that, it's 100 milliliter.
No, Prabhu.
It's what?
Prabhu.
You said you said 1 DL
Oh,
it's
yes.
200 mil.
Yeah, two DL is 1 DL is 100 milliliter, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu.
See, Krishna consciousness mad also.
Oh, I think Sami Prabhu is just like a child when he sees the toys in some store. He just found these videos.
Ooh. What he did? But I've never seen the soup before. Maybe he's professional.
Prabhu, he wrote it in taste. Actually, the book is from him.
See how
Cooking with Kuma. It is like the most sold book,
Like move dal.
conscious book for Prasharam.
yeah, he has full kitchen and everything with so many vegetables and
Is he a Grihasta Prabhu or what?
he's really opulent, Prabhu. I don't know. He has everything. But he's making a mess. I don't know why. Why he's throwing it? See, it's well. Why is this? Wait.
I love his, how you call that, his pot with the flowers. Even that, it is lovely, you know. Where you bought the spots? My pot is just gray, you
Yes,
know.
same.
When were these videos released, Prabhu? It's like
In
they're
the,
from
in
1980
the
something, eh?
80s, Prabhu.
This
In
come
the
2
80s.
days ago, Prabhu. This is new release.
Oh, really?
We still want to have a few
I think
whole
that's the
mangoes
most-
here, that's very important. Brown sugar, salt, and parsley. Now we're going to add our chaunts, or
That's
our
the old-
fried spices. This is very important. Let's turn on our flame. Let's take our ghee and melt it over our flame.
Ooh, again, plain. He's a
Yeah.
fire.
Once the ghee's melted, let's add our cumin seeds. Now I always like to fry my cumin seeds till they're very dark for this dal. It seems to add something very special to the flavour. Also, at this stage, your soup should still be boiling. Put it in your asafoetida.
And that's a
And
spoon.
put it in the soup.
Yeah.
Same. Oh, this is different.
And put it in the soup.
Prabhu, is there some loop or something?
Yes, bro, that's weird.
They put it 3 times in a row, bro. I was thinking you were doing it, Prabhu.
Purma is cooking rice also. In every episode, he goes to the market.
I opened it.
It's like he cooks for Christmas every day.
Yes, Prabhu. See how much he has.
One
Yo,
of the most
who
basic
eats this?
ingredients
Does he
of
distribute?
vegetarian cuisine. And it also is one of the most versatile. It can be used in limitless ways, cooked with spices. One thing you have to remember, before you prepare any rice dishes, you have to wash the rice very thoroughly. Them for a little while.
Okay, Prabhus, I will leave you there. Thank you for everything, Prabhus.
Yes,
I
Prabhu.
I'm also
appreciate it.
leaving Prabhu's.
I will also have to leave. Oh, it's recording.